Oh, you okay? Staying with me?
All right, we'll start with the Zoom this time after. Coach, if you'd like to give an opening statement.
Obviously, just good to get back home. Get a little bit of rest. I think we're still recuperating a little bit from the trip, but obviously nice to get back in front of our fans, get in our own bed, and put a solid game together. I thought defensively we did some really good things tonight, so I feel very confident in us when we're playing them in the floor.
Christos?
Hey, coach, congrats on the win. I would like to ask you about the teaming up of Kansas and Asia. How different is the dynamic of the team, and what impressed you most about the way they both play together on the floor?
Well, I think they're both figuring out different spots that they can get to help each other and complement each other. But I think defensively, with their length, the rim protection can be very elite. Both really good hands. Candace was the defensive player of the year a couple of years ago. Really smart, savvy. So she helps us in a lot of different areas. And then obviously Asia, we want her to be really active on both ends of the floor. And I think Candace is still figuring out just those spots. But as a coach, I'd love to get her in a little bit more high post action and on the block a little bit more. I think she's incredibly dangerous. They're scoring more passing from those areas. So we're still figuring that out together. But we got a little time to do that.
Nikias?
Yes. Hi, coach. A two-parter, I guess one quick one and then just a general question. One, was that, just for my own sake, was that like boxing one thrown on Kalia Copper earlier in that game? And overall, how did you feel about the defense today?
I thought the defense overall was active. It was more physical. It's still, like I said, we're still trying to build good habits and understand our system. There's times that we do certain things and, it's like we don't, with people, we have a certain way we do things. We have a program. And so, it's still teaching constantly from the defensive end. What was your other question?
It looked like you went to a little bit of a boxing one look against Kalia Copper at first of the games. Wondered if that was what that was, or that was just something.
Oh, you tell me. You saw the film. Yeah. We got to stop, and we gave up a 3, so we were 50-50 on the night.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Becky, just first off, how important was it to kind of come out and have a performance like this after a long road trip and the first loss of the season?
Yeah, I mean, it's really just about getting back to our identity, who we want to be. And that was really it. Like, I thought, like I told them, I said I could have clipped about the whole game in Connecticut and we could have walked the whole thing through. But some of those games, sometimes it's best to just, hit on 2-3 big points and then move on and not dwell too much on the past, given the circumstances of the road trip. So we hit on some big things and I saw them come out and fix those things today. So I asked them, I said, do you want me to go through the clips? And they're like, no. I said, okay, then you're just taking my word for us. Like, we were super soft. Let's not be soft today. So.
Gotcha. And then you mentioned trying to get Candace more touches in the low post. She seemed really effective in that short roll though today. What do you like about her in that spot, and what can she do, with her passing range when she's moving towards the basket like that?
I mean, she's a playmaker in that short roll. I like to get her in the short roll as much as possible. I think at times when people are blitzing or hard hedging, they're trying to muck up the game or speed up the game. And I think when you get those short rolls, that the tendency is to hold it. And we don't want to hold it out of blitzes and traps. We want to be in attack mode. That first pass out is obviously important to get it out, but then that next action has to be some kind of attacking action, whether that's with the pass, the drive, whatever it is. And she's really good in that short roll area. But not every defense plays us like that. So it kind of just depends how we get her to those spots.
Hey, Becky, Cassandra Cousineau, LV Sports Biz. Jackie Young is kind of the quiet assassin on this team. She doesn't say a whole lot. There was a sequence in the third where she dove on the floor for a loose ball and then popped back up, called for her shot and sank the corner. Two, what are you challenging her to do more of in the game and in practice, even though she's a little bit quiet, she seems to be coming out of a shell a bit on the court.
Yeah, I mean, my thing with her is always just an aggressive mentality. Aggressiveness on the offensive end, on the defensive end, aggressive attacking mentality. There's such, big personalities in so many positions that when you're quiet, you can maybe get lost in the shuffle, but I think she does a great job of, in her own way, exerting her imprint on the game. And so that's, always my challenge to her is, I think she can be one of the greatest to ever play. And I'm telling her that, and I think she's starting to believe she could be, great like that. And so just encouraging that kind of mindset. Do you agree?
Hi, Becky. Kelsey Plum posted 16 points today, and she was playing hard today.
Mhm.
What have you seen from Plum this season, and maybe a new hunger or energy she has this year?
I don't know that her hunger's new. That's been off the charts probably since birth. No, but I think her playmaking ability, I think she's been labeled as just a microwave scorer. And to be honest, she hasn't shot the three well yet this year. But if you're game planning against her, you're still terrified of it. So nobody wants to let Kelsey Plum shoot wide open shots. That being said, so her ability to get downhill, she's really fast, but her rim reads have gotten to like next level. She does a lot. She's really important for our offense in the fact that she can get shots for other people. And then defensively, she's worked really hard. I don't think, I think as she gets labeled a shooter, I think she's kind of broken that mold. I think she defends now. I think she playmakes now. She just impacts the game in so many ways.
Let's have three more.
Becky, you mentioned wanting to see more toughness, 50 points in the paint tonight. How pleased were you with their willingness to go to that area tonight?
Well, we want to be, dominant on both ends in the paint. And so, when a lot of those probably came in transition too, so getting those easy looks and not having to go against a half court defense, especially a defense like theirs where it's very high energy, pressure you all the time, kind of speeding you up offensively. So it's really important to be effective down there, but we got good people around the rim. I mean, Asia got to have the ball. Candace can score down there. Jackie can score down there. We have people that can put you in the basket. Even Clark, she's a great post-up player. So we have different ways that we can beat you in the paint. And again, we haven't shot as many threes as I like, but I like layups too.
And Becky, you kind of talked about hitting on a couple of points from the last Connecticut game, but not only that, the road trip overall. Tonight, the team won the rebounding battle for the first time in 5 games. Was the only difference that you saw the effort and willingness for the team to go get the ball?
Well, we had to work hard in that second half because I don't think we were very good on it in the first half today. And we had 9 offensive boards in that first half, but then only 1 in the second. So the lock-in factor, a lot of times we're scrambling, and it just has to be an intentional mindset. Rebounding is a mindset. It's attention to detail, it's being alert, and being aware. And it was good to see us lock in on that end. Also, it's good when Asia and Candace are up in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 every night. Asia and Candace have to impact the game rebounding wise. I think they did that tonight.
Yeah, close us out.
Hey, Coach Trinia Barbie with Off Lands Production. Great game. You guys are really tough to beat when you come off of a loss. That's kind of what the recipe was to lead you guys to the championship last year. You have set the tone for this city, bringing championships here. And just to speak homage on the Golden Knights, they are one game away from bringing in a championship to the city as well. What is something that your girls are even saying to some of those players? Because I see them at the game supporting and being, just being a camaraderie for the whole city, as they were the first to bring a championship, and now they get to witness another team possibly bring the next championship to the city.
I have no idea what they're talking about. I have no idea what they're talking about with the Knights players. What I will say is it's a very, the sports world in Vegas is a very small, family oriented. I mean, when we won, I got texts from, Josh McDowns, the Knights coach. I mean, all the coaches, everybody, the players reaching out. So I think, at the end of the day, this is a community with a lot of pride. And so whatever sport we're playing, like I said before, Vegas has turned itself into the sports capital of the world, in my opinion, with all the different teams and just summer programs even that go on in Vegas. So yeah, we'll be cheering for them. Hopefully another parade.
Right inside my city, yeah.
Thanks.